day, and we are grateful for our family and for the gospel and for the light that it brings into our lives. We're grateful for the ability to study online at BYUI and for each of our classmates. We pray that you'll be with us and the Spirit will guide us and help us to learn those things we need to know. Be with Daniel and his family at this time and comfort them, and hopefully he'll be able to join us soon. And this we say in Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Did anybody have any questions on the part 2 of the preparation assignment?
No.
No, the only thing I have trouble with is that darn margin of error. So I don't know if I'm just not putting it in right, but we have 2 of them in the quiz, so we can just go over it then, I guess.
Okay. Fair enough. Should we move on to the quiz then?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm good with that. So I guess we'll start with 3. The symbol for the true population proportion is which of the following? It is P, the very last one.
Okay. Yeah.
Population. Let me check.
For the next 2 questions, suppose n equals 100, p equals 0.25, and p hat equals 0.1. The requirements for constructing a confidence interval are satisfied, and that is true.
So I got.
The requirements for conducing a hypothesis test are satisfied.
No, on this one, this is where we do the central limit theorem, right?
Yeah.
Is that what the difference is? That's what I was thinking.
Well, it's kind of like that, except inside of for categorical data. There are like 2 requirements that have to be met in order for it to like the large central theorem to work, and that is for n times p hat to be greater than or equal to 10, and n 1 minus p hat.
I thought that was for question 4. So how do you determine 4? Because that's what I did for 4.
Oh, well, question 4. I got that because you like have like all the variables except for you can pick what confidence level you want to have it at, but anyway, because you need the n and the p and the p hat for that. If that makes sense.
So in this case, what is the level of confidence? Because we don't have the level of confidence. I know that we can solve for C in this case because we have the rest of the variables, but we don't have the level of confidence in this case. So which formula can we use to determine it?
Oh, that's the one she was just talking about. Where it's like, okay. What's that on here?
It says use normal probability tablet to compute the C-score.
You would use the n with the p hat if it's greater than 10.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. So the requirements. Remember sometimes and okay, the requirements for conducting a hypothesis test are satisfied. I think so, but I am not sure in this case.
I got it. It was true.
I did as well. But so is it number 5 you're having a hard time with, or number 4?
I'm talking about number 5.
So for that one there, what I've done is I plugged in the numbers into the equation. N times p hat is greater than or equal to 10, and n times 1 minus p hat is greater than or equal to 10.
Okay.
And if it's 10 or greater, then it's true.
Okay. Perfect. Thank you.
Now, also, you have that that Excel spreadsheet that does it for you as well.
Okay.
So just if you want to check your work, you can plug those numbers in and see if it's correct.
Perfect. Thank you.
Okay, so the next one will be for the next 5 questions. A study of first-degree murder trials were conducted in another state. A random sample of 60 people on trial for first-degree murder was taken. Of those, 45 of the defendants were found guilty. Find the p-hat, the point estimate for the population proportion of the first-degree murder defendants who were found guilty in the state. And I got 0.75.
That's what I got as well.
So I just took x divided by n.
It's my turn.
Yeah.
Create a 95% confidence interval for the true proportion of first-degree murder trials in this state where the verdict is guilty. Input your answers for the margin of error, lower bound, and upper bound. Question 7. Determine margin of error for this 95% confidence interval. So, in this case, okay, we must use the formula for the margin of error equals C. In this case, the value of P we must solve for, oh no, we cannot solve for P.
I use the margin of error equation, which was M equals Z.
Yeah.
And then, yeah.
Times the square root of P times 1 minus p divided n.
That's what I used.
Yeah, and what value did you use for p?
I used the let's see, where was I used it? I used, oh, you have p hat, so I used 0.75 there.
Oh, okay, perfect.
Yeah, because it told us that if we didn't have p to use the estimate, and I got 0.110.
I got 0.64, but I use the Excel worksheet. So I will work that out by hand and see if I get the same answer.
I got 0.109.
Yeah, I did too, and I just rounded up because it says 3 decimal places.
Okay, so the answer is 0.1. Yeah. So in this case, the formula for the confidence interval for one proportion is p minus 0.75 minus the z-score 1.86 times.
So for number 8, you've got 0.11. Right?
I got, well, I got 0.1095, so I just rounded it up to 0.110.
Okay, good. That's what I got too now. So
Square root of 0.75 times 1 minus 0.75 divided is equal to, okay, clear, 0.75 times 0.25 equals divided 60 equals the square root 0.003. So I don't know anything. Okay, I got for the lower bound 0.640.
that's what I got.
And that's what I got too.
And for the upper,
The upper bound, I got 0.860.
Okay, that's what I got as well.
Every time I see a question like number 10, I think of you, Hannah. You were explaining it to me. It made sense.
I'm glad to have helped.
I was like, oh, Hannah explained that one. It's weird how some things just stick.
Sometimes it's really nice too. So.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
You increase the sample size from 60 to 80. What do you expect to happen with the confidence interval? Okay.
So I got decreased on that one, number 10.
Me too.
Okay. To conduct a hypothesis test for one proportion, two requirements must be met. Suppose P equals 1/2. What is the smallest and can be both requirements still be met? What?
Now this is the one I had. This is where I don't understand it. I was using because we're trying to find the sample size, correct?
Yes.
Smallest. So I used the z divided by m squared with the p minus 1p.
So you don't use that equation, at least that's not the one I used. It's the n times p hat is greater than or equal to 10. And then you solve for n because you have two requirements there, because it says both requirements still be met at the end of the question. And those are two requirements that you need to
Okay,
have.
so that one. So you're using the requirement equations, both of them?
Yes. And then I solve for n, and whichever one is bigger is the one that you use, so both requirements are met.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay.
So in this case, we must replace the P equals 1/2 in this equation for P. I don't know how to say that.
So that would just be 0.5. Oh, wait, let me do this one.
So, you would solve for n. So, is what I did is when I wrote down the equation, I put down like n p hat equals 10, and then you solve for n. So, in that case, it would be n equals 10 divided by p hat. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. So the
Wait,
one is
I didn't touch it.
Or in this case, you would just use p because we have it. So.
And 1 minus 2 divided and 10. Okay, 1 minus 2.
So is it just 20?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, I got 20 for both of them.
Okay. That's what I got as well. Okay. And then for number 12, you just do the same thing, except you plug in 1/10.
Yeah. So you do the lowest?
No, you do the highest because you have to make
So
your
this one, go ahead.
so you do the highest because that would make it so that way both requirements are met. Because if you had the lower one, then the other requirement couldn't be met.
Okay. So this one should be 100. Is that correct?
Yep, that's what I got.
Because I got 100 and I got 11.11.
Yep.
So, okay. I don't know why I was using, I don't know. I'll just have to write this down so I don't forget it.
Good idea.
So the answer you said that is the highest, right?
Yes.
Use the following information for the next. In the water quality study in the reading, about 60% of the macro invertebrate water quality indicators have historically been associated with good health. The research suspects that water quality in the area has decreased. They can hypothesis test using significance level alpha equals 0.05 with the following hypothesis. H0 equals 0.6, HA is less than 0.6. They collect new data, and this time M equals 80 and X equals 38 indicate good health. The condition, question 13. The conditions within a hypothesis test are satisfied. I think this is true.
Yeah, that's what I got. That's true.
Me too. Question 14. What is p-hat? I got 0.475.
That's what I got too. So the test statistics, I got negative 2.282.
Yep. That's what I got.
So in this case, we must use the Excel. Or
Sorry.
we can the test study.
What was that again, Christian?
How can we determine the test statistic?
I found it plugging it in that Excel worksheet that they gave us, and it actually, each test has a different one. Where on this one sampled Z test for proportion, I found it right next to the p-value, which it actually says Z.
Okay, I'm opening the Excel in this moment.
Because I couldn't find a equation to do that. Do you know an equation, Hannah, to do that by hand?
Find a z-score. No.
Well, no, find that t-score. Yeah, the t-score.
The test statistic, no.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
Is that where you found yours too? Is on that
yeah, from Excel.
from Excel?
Okay. One proportion, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So X in this case is 38 and 80. So let's statistic. This. In this case, the test statistic is this for p-hat.
Which one?
The C or the P?
The Z. It's the Z. Yeah. But you have to really make sure for the Z and the p-value that your null hypothesis is correct and your type of test, because that affects it.
No.
So in this case, it's the null hypothesis was 60, or 0.60, sorry, and then it was less than, because it'll affect that score.
Minus 2 on 282. Yeah, thank you. 0.011. Okay, what is the p-value for this test? I got 0.011.
Yep.
That's what I got as well.
What is the decision for this test? Reject the null hypothesis.
I always think of a lawyer when that. I'm so strange. My brain just works weird. It's like, we checked it, reject it. Okay, so 18. Which of the following best summarizes the conclusion for our test? Well, since we rejected it, we are going to find that there is significant evidence to conclude that water quality in the area has decreased.
Yep, that's what I got.
There is sufficient or insufficient?
Sufficient.
They're sufficient. Because we rejected it. Got them all correct.
Good. So, do we want to move on to the design, the study portion of our group project?
Yeah, I think that would be good to kind of get going on that.
Yeah.
Try to load this. It didn't really say when we're supposed to have that submitted.
Hi.
Yeah, I know that the final thing is due, but you know, when you open up the design study instructions, unless I just missed it.
Let's see.
Okay, are we going to the final project overview page or design the study page
Yeah,
or design the study document?
that's what I have open.
Okay, so I just went to the week 9 overview, and it says the design the study is due this Saturday.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So
So they want us to divide everything up. And I did say that we needed a person that, what does she call it? Something, the group writer, I think she called it, or
Google Doc?
well, yeah, we can go under that, but it like breaks it down into different areas. Who will do what, and
Oh yeah, I remember seeing that. But that there's on the document, right?
that's what I was looking for, but
It's on the first page, like at the bottom half, has the steps and then the name of main writer overseer and description.
that's what I was talking about, the main writer overseer. So who wants to be that? I'm not a really good writer, so that's not my strong point, but
Well, I can always do it. So
that would be good. What do you think, Christian? You think hand it to be our writer?
Okay, yeah, I agree.
Mm-hmm.
So, are we going to create a new document in the Google Docs, or how are we going to work on it?
So yeah, it recommends that we use Google Docs. So
Yeah.
I'll make a copy and I'll share it with you guys.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Yeah, because Google Docs, whatever, as long as we have a group, whatever we share on that, it updates it automatically for us.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, I will read the final project overview. It says all members of the group should help provide ideas and give feedback at each step of the process. Please collaborate together on each step. Each step will be written by a different student in the group. So in this case is Hannah. Maybe next time it's me, and after that Jennifer, and so on. Each time the main writer completes a document, they need to provide an opportunity for all group members to give feedback. Each group member is responsible for providing thorough and timely feedback. After the main writer receives the feedback, they apply it and then submit the document for grading. Please write below which group members will be the main writers for each step of the project. The main writer will be the one to collect everyone's ideas and suggestions. They are then responsible for sending out the document for feedback and apply the feedback to the document before submitting it. The writer can assign out different parts of the writing as well. For example, if you are in charge of collect and describe the data, you could ask one of your other group members to create and label the charts and send them to you to be grafted into the main document. So it says step one, main writer for designing the study, writer for collect, and. After you have designated which members of the group will be in charge of each step above, ask your group leader to submit this document with the names filed above. Once you have reviewed all the steps above, please use the following form, a Google document, to make sure you have all the needed information. Some of the information discussed on the next page. Okay, so we must do a document in this case.
It also said that today everyone is each one of us is to submit the study self-report quiz by Saturday.
Yeah.
So do you guys have any ideas on what we want to do for design study?
I really can't think of anything I'm particularly interested in.
This study, you are to create your own research question based off of the interest of the group. Here is a list of a few examples of previous studies to give you a possible idea. This list is not an exhaustive list. Please be creative in framing your research question. Number one, are there 1,000 chips in the back of chip towel? Are brand A paper towels stronger than brand B? Is there a difference in the prices of books at the BYU Idaho bookstore compared to those available online? Are men or women more likely to walk on the grass if they are walking behind someone who walks on the grass? Okay, it says, what is your research question? State your research question in plain English. Something like, you're trying to determine which fruit type prefers a rotten orange or an edible orange. Okay, so we have some ideas.
Yeah, I have a few ideas. Well, I threw it away. Hold on, I gotta get it back out. I threw it on a piece of paper. Okay, so I've always wanted to know, and I don't know, Christian, if you have this there, but Raisin Brand always says that there's 2 scoops of raisin in each box.
Which
I was
product?
wondering if do what?
Oh no, I didn't know that product.
To that product? Okay.
Right,
Yeah.
write it on the chat, please, because I want to know if there is the product here with a different brand or something like that.
Well, that's what I was kind of wondering. If we separate who collects the data, I guess it wouldn't matter if you have it there. It's just whoever's going to collect the data. But I always wondered that, so I thought that would be an option. Or we could do, like, is there really 2 liters in a 2-liter bottle? Is there really that much pop in there? I always wondered about that too. I don't know. I just thought of some that, or better yet, is there really, you know, those single bag of chips where there's supposed to be like 18 chips per serving?
Oh yeah.
Is there really a serving size in that bag? Because there's just so many air.
Why is it all about food? Everything was about food.
Because I like food. My daughters ask me, why are you always doing about food? I don't know. Those are just some ideas I come up with. So I was like, But we can also do surveys. But if we do surveys, we'll have to have all that worked out and submit it. We have to submit it to the teacher, and then she submits it to, I believe, a board to make sure that we're legally not bound to hurt anyone or have any liability issues.
I think that when we are conducting surveys, I say this because I am working on a survey at the moment. I think you have to have the approval of the dean of marketing or something like that of the university, and you have to work with Qualtrics. You know?
Right.
I don't know if the surveys are a great way to work. We have an advantage, and is that if the survey is approved and the study is approved, they will give you 300 emails to send the survey to the student so that they can answer it. But I don't know if we can write to the teacher to know if it works.
Yeah, so we have to submit that. So this has to be submitted by Saturday, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa.
And so if we do a survey, for step 16, it says that you have to have your project registered with the BYU Idaho Human Subjects Board.
Yeah. So if we do that survey, we got to get on top of what questions and.
No. Raisin Bran. Raisin.
Yeah, Raisin Bran. I don't know. We eat a lot of Raisin Bran at my house. And I just.
Oh, Kellogg's. Yeah.
Yeah, Kellogg's.
We have that.
Yeah. And see, it has the little sunshine with the 2 scoops. And it says on the box, 2 scoops. So there's supposed to be 2 scoops in every box. But the only thing I think we'll have a problem with is determining the size of the 2 scoops.
Oh.
So.
What is 2 scoops? I don't know if we have specifically that. Oh, it says 2 bags. Raisin Bran cereal. Apple strawberry clusters, 2 scoops. Really well, and Oh yeah, I like the 2L in a 2L bottle.
The 2 liter bottle.
Yeah, they're really 2 liters in a 2-liter bottle.
Hmm.
I like that too.
You know, I found, I don't know where you guys are, but I have found that the Coke products now have actually made their 20-ounce bottle to a 16-ounce bottle, but it's as tall as a 20-ounce bottle. It's just skinnier.
Ooh.
I didn't know. There's a lady at work that drinks it all the time. She's like, I'm like, your bottle looks smaller. And she goes, no, it's not. And she looked at it, it was 16 ounces instead of 20. I was like, oh, they're lowering the ounces. That's where I came up with that one. I was like, I wonder if they're really 2 liters in a 2 liter bottle. Are they just chipping us? But then if we do the bag of chips as well, we can actually do a Nova, where you can compare different brands to make sure that there's actually serving sizes in those brands and compare them.
That's a lot more work too.
Yeah, it would be a little bit more work. Yeah. Was there a grading scale on how she's going to grade it?
There might be. I'll look for one real fast.
So we can kind of determine what we want to do by that too.
In this case, for example, if we work with the 2 liters in a 2 liters bottle, which liquid are we going to work with? Coca-Cola, for example, or?
Well, see, we could do, we can compare it. Well, I guess we could do that like the chips too, compare it by brands. I know that would make a little bit more work too, but.
It's like Coke and Sprite and 7-Up.
Okay.
It's not
In this case, we are trying to determine if there are, for example, 2 liters of liquid in a 2 liters bottle for different brands of sodas. Only sodas or something else?
working.
Should we like specify which sodas we're going to do?
Yeah, I think so. And if we're gonna do, like we could do one brand because like Pepsi does several different types of pop.
Mm-hmm.
So, or you could do Coca-Cola. They do different flavors. I mean, I didn't know if you wanted to do that or if you want to compare 2 different brands altogether. Compare Pepsi against Coca-Cola.
Oh,
And just pick one.
I think to compare is it's a good study. Maybe.
So are we are we gonna use like a picture or something to like or a measuring glass to measure out the 2 liters then?
We could do that, or we could do it by weight.
Okay, because my family and I, we do not drink pop at all. I don't even like it, or soda. So, I mean, I don't want to buy a whole bunch of soda and just let it sit on the counter. So,
No, I understand. Actually, since I work at a school, I have access to pretty much every brand. And if we weigh it, I could just weigh the pop at school.
I think I am thinking on it.
Because we don't buy it at our house. I mean, we do drink it if we go out somewhere, but we don't buy it at home. So, but I do have access to it.
In Colombia, we have different types of products, but the ones that are from the United States, maybe the Coca-Cola and Sprite and things like that. But for example, when we were talking about racing brands, I was like, okay, we have Kellogg's here, but we don't have specifically racing brands.
Oh, wow. You're missing out, Christian. Raisin Bran's good.
So that's what I think. I don't know if we want to work, for example, with bottles of water, because here we can,
We could do that instead of pop. We could do water.
yeah,
I mean, it doesn't have to be pop. The
But
waters would be okay.
our waters, do they come in 2 liters or do we have to get like a 16-ounce one or something?
Well, we could change the size. I mean, the size doesn't matter. I mean, I know they do come in liters, or they do here anyway. But we could do 20 ounces or 16 ounces.
in this case, for example, here we have different brands of water that have 1 liter or 5 liters measures, you know. We don't have a 2 liters bottle of water. I don't know if we are going to work with 1 liter or if you have 1 liter there.
We were thinking maybe
I think-
doing like 20 ounce of water, like a small bottle.
20 ounce?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh, let me check. I have a bottle here. Wait a moment, please.
And we could compare brands there too.
Do you also have access to bottled water as well?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just one brand though.
Oh.
Yeah. But I mean, I can always go. We drink a lot of water. We're water people. So, and unfortunately, I do buy a lot of bottled water. So it's not like it's going to cost me out of pocket because we'll drink it.
That's good.
Because our tap water's not the best.
20 ounce.
It's fit to bathe in, but not to drink.
That's understandable.
I used to live in Colorado, and they have spring water there, and it's just amazing. You don't even have to use conditioner in your hair. And then when I moved back to Oklahoma, we have such hard water that you can't use enough conditioner.
Oh, wow.
I'm like, I miss it.
I believe it. I would too.
In this case, we do not have a 20 ounce bottle of water, you know.
What size is yours?
Tell me?
What size water bottles do you have in Colombia?
In this case, we have 1.1 liters.
So
And
you
I
have
know,
liter bottles.
and I think we have other measures, but they are less than 20 ounce, you know. They are only for personal use. So I don't know what to do in this case.
Well, we could just assign one person to collect the data. And so whoever has what they have in their place, they can just collect that data.
I think that would be a good idea.
Yeah. But in this case, so you can collect the data, and maybe I may be in charge of something else, you know.
Okay. Yeah, because other options were. Go back to my computer here.
Because we also have to like make inferences and
Yeah. So,
design
so
data.
there's actually 4 areas that we need to separate.
Hmm.
I guess those are just steps, huh?
Yeah.
Christian, are you very good at PowerPoint? 'Cause there's
Yeah, I can do that for sure.
because there's the make inference or take action, and then there's the PowerPoint. And I can collect the data. That would be fine.
And we could probably all help like make an inference and take action from the data we have and everything.
Okay, so the question in this case is, are there, wait, are there and in this case it's ounce or ounces?
Ounces.
Are 20 ounces. Get 20 bottle of water. Okay. Are there 20 ounces in the 20 ounces bottle of water? What do you think?
Trying to see what this self-report quiz is about. See what we need for it. So there's 3 questions.
Daniel is writing, but I don't know.
He must have seen us share it, and this is his idea.
Oh,
So he wrote, "Are you happier with a pencil between your teeth or happier holding a pencil with your lips?"
was that with Daniel?
Yeah, he's saying, and if we don't have anything else, that's his input there.
I like that, but then we're going to have to make a survey.
Yeah. I think the 20 ounces bottle of water makes a lot of hassle go away.
Great. So,
I don't know, but for example, I work in a school, and it is not common for me to see the people with the pencil out. Because I work for 3,000 students, maybe. So I don't know if it is.
I don't know so much for in the mouth. Well, I don't know. I do see, well, I work at a school where they're blind children, so they're real tactile. They chew on it a lot, but I guess that would qualify being in your mouth.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I'm happier either way. But
So what, I guess, I opened up the quiz and it's asking, so the first question is, will your study use a survey or a human subject? And then it asks, have you submitted an IRB?
IRB.
What is that? Trying to look at,
Let's see.
see what the document said about that.
I think that we can go with the 20 ounces bottle.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that, yeah. I wonder what the IRB is.
I mean, because of the surveys, you know. So we have to structure the survey and to have I don't remember the word. A letter at the beginning, maybe the introduction letter or something like that.
Okay, so an IRB is the document that you have to submit if you're using a survey or a human subject.
Okay.
So we wouldn't do that. And then it asks you, was your IRB approved? And it gives you several options. So that's what the quiz consists of. So I guess really all we have to decide tonight truly is if we're going to use a human subject or if we're going to use a survey. And I think we're pretty unanimous so that we're not going to use one. If we go with the bottle of water, then we won't have to worry about submitting one of those.
And if we work, for example, with the bottles of water, what population are we studying?
We're studying, well, we're studying the water population, but we're trying to determine if there's less than 20 ounces in a bottle.
So I guess populations like what brand or what?
Well, I think the population would be how many randomly we pick from, right?
That would be the sample.
That would be the sample population, yeah.
Oh. So the population is where we grab our sample from. So that'd just be 20-ounce water bottles in general.
Right. So population. So how many sample sizes do we want? And how many do you guys, because I can go ahead and click the data, how many do you want me to pick from? And how many different brands?
Well, if you have easy access to just one brand, we can just do one brand. So it'll be like a one variable test. And then we only have to do, we have to do at least 30. You know,
Okay,
to make so it's big enough.
Yeah, so there's our central limit theorem. Works. Okay. And I think it does ask how we're going to do a random sample. I was kind of thinking about that, and we could do it has to be, random sample.
So maybe to like make this easier, we can like say we're going to study the 20 ounces of water bottles at the school that you work at, or like at the store you buy water at, because then that way, it's not like we already know what store it is, but we don't know which water bottles we're going to get, sort of thing.
Okay, yeah, we'll get to that.
And so then to randomly select, you'll be like, well, every 10th water bottle I see on the shelf or something like that. Probably work.
So like a stratified?
Yeah.
Okay. That's what I was thinking too, doing a stratified. So it's random. Okay. I'll do that. Stratified every up to 30, and we'll be
Yeah.
good.
Um,
What do you think, Christian?
Tell me.
Do you think you like doing a stratified sample?
Let me take it.
Oh wait, not. Yeah, that's not the one I was thinking of.
Stratified sample. When the items is more. Yep. Stratified sample.
Just a second. I'm looking back at my chapter 2 notes. And
I
it
know
says-
that's what I was like. I don't think that one will work.
so wouldn't it be a systematic sample where you pick
yeah,
each item? Okay. That would be better.
yeah. Well, you start with one and you go like every other 5.
Yeah.
That's systematic. Okay, yeah, that's the one.
Okay. Might want to write that down so we don't forget.
Yep. I done erased my stratified. I don't know what I was thinking stratified in my head.
Mm-hmm. Wait.
Yeah. Yeah, systematic.
But in this case, you are going to analyze only one brand of water or more than one.
What do you think?
Because if you are going to analyze only one brand, systematic is perfect, because you can say, okay, I will pick the 5th unit and the 10th unit and the 15th unit, but simply or stratified may involve more than one brand, because it says when the items to be sampled are organized in groups. So in this case, the groups are the brands of homogeneous or similar items called strata. So they have the homogeneous qualities or characteristics, but they are organized in groups of brands. I don't know what do you think about it.
So do we just want to do one brand or do we want to do a couple?
I think doing one brand would be easiest and less hassle. Oh, all right.
Either way, it doesn't matter to me.
In this case, the systematic is perfect if we are going to work with only one brand.
One brand. Okay, I'll write that down and make sure I know. That'll work. So I will start on collecting the data, and I guess I'll just share it when I get it, and then we'll see Monday where we're at, and I guess go farther.
Yeah.
Is the quiz that we're supposed to submit, the study self-report, there's really, doesn't tell us how far to depth. It just wants to know if we're doing a human study or a non-human or a survey. So I think we're good. What do you guys think?
Well, we haven't filled out all the questions yet
For
like the document.
Oh, do we have to have that submitted to Saturday too?
Yeah, that like designed the study. But I think we answered a lot of questions, just not while we were talking about them.
Oh, sorry. Okay, let me go back in.
So,
Does each one of us have to submit one of these?
no, just one of us has to submit this, but everybody has to submit the quiz.
Oh, okay.
So for number 3, what is your experimental unit? In other words, what is the smallest entity from which you are collecting a single piece of data to be used for analysis? So maybe the population would be the 20-ounce bottles of water everywhere. And then like the experimental
Ours
unit
would be 30.
Well, it would be at the 20 ounces of bottled water at like the school you work at.
Okay.
So I will do that.
In this case, for this week, Hannah Walter is the writer for Design the Study, right?
Yeah, but right here where you're typing it, this is for it's like a signature place. So if you scroll down just a little bit, it's down here. And anyway, it has step 1 and description and the main writer overview. You see that?
Let me check.
So all the way down here.
So we need to have the appendix in our final document.
Appendix?
Yeah, at the end of the documents, we have 2 appendix. Sorbing, draft, and
Oh,
Yeah, that has to do if you're doing a human study and we're not.
so
Yeah, those appendixes are not going to qualify for us. Because one's a survey, A is a survey, and B is for a human study.
so we don't have to have these instructions in the final document, right? So we can delete it.
Right, we can omit those because we're not going to use them. Now on question 1, should we put bottled water instead of 2 liters?
oh yeah. Probably.
I'm going to change that.
Here. So
Oh wait, I think you. Oh wait, you did do that. Never mind. It just wasn't in red for some reason. Right, you got that. Never mind.
so our variable is quantitative then.
Yep.
Versus categorical. Okay. So it would be quantitative, 1 sample, and sigma unknown. That's the hypothesis test we're doing.
Now, see, I get confused on the sigma known and unknown. Can you explain that?
Okay. So sigma known, that there's like the sigma for the entire population, and the sigma unknown, you would use the standard deviation of your sample size instead. And anyway, I don't know the standard deviation for the entire population.
Right,
And
so we're good.
yeah, so we'll just use the unknown.
Okay.
Yeah. Mhm.
In this case, in question number 2, we are going to study the 20 ounces bottles of water everywhere. And in question number 3, we are going to study the 20 ounces bottles of water at the school. One. So we're going to work everywhere or at the school.
So it's because of the way the question is worded. So anyway, like the population would be 20 ounce water bottles everywhere. But the unit, the smallest entity from which we are collecting a single piece of data, would be the school.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah. And so we would, for the null and the alternative hypothesis, we would do mu equals, So
why are we conducting this study? To say that they have not 20 ounces?
yeah, to see they have 20 ounces. Oh, that makes sense. And then the alternative hypothesis would be not equal to.
Exactly, different to 20 ounces.
Oh, for some reason I lost our document. Did you send that document? Did you make a group, Hannah?
Yeah, I shared it. Did you get it?
Oh, I did, but then I lost it. I must have
Jennifer was like, what
done
up?
it again.
I mean, I can re-share it if you want. See if
Yeah,
you
that would be great.
Okay.
I don't know what I did.
can share with. Okay.
Okay, thank you. I think I deleted the last one or something. So we're on question 7.
Yeah, that's what I'm working on right now.
So we just need to state our null and alternative.
Yep, I just got that in.
Okay. So we're doing less than. For some reason, it's not updating. I don't know.
Oh, do we want to do less than? I was going to do not equal to 20 ounces.
Oh no, that's fine. Yeah, yeah, not equal to. That would be perfect. It's not make it any difficult. So we
So,
determined we're doing systematic.
yeah. So are we going to like roll a die? Or are you going to like roll a die and then go every step after that? Because I want this to like describe exactly how we're going to do this.
Well, systematic, we can also do like you start with the first one, and then we can do every what? I don't know. Every 5.
Do every 5?
Mm-hmm.
5 or so. Okay. Until you get 30 samples.
Mm-hmm.
Until you get 30. Okay, so question 9. How will you go about collecting the data? Describe in specific detail how you and your group will collect data using the sample method stated in question 8. Also, what sample sizes are you planning to obtain per population? Okay,
So our sample size, what, 30?
yeah, so. Um, so I guess we'll just have you, Jennifer, go to your school and
Mm-hmm.
you'll just weigh them.
I'll just what?
You'll weigh them and see how much, see if they weigh 20 ounces.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, if we do that, we're also including the weight of the water bottle plastic. So we might have to like weigh it empty and completely
An
dry.
empty one?
Yeah,
Okay, write that
and
down.
then subtract that and make sure we get it. Mhm.
Bottle versus subtract the weight.
Mm.
In this case, the main writer for design the study is Hannah Walker. For collect and describe the data is Christian Teges. Making sense and take action Jennifer Roble. Um, or maybe I may be in charge of the PowerPoint presentation and Daniel for collect and describe the data. What do you think?
Which question is that?
It's at the top. It's the assigning who does what.
Oh, okay.
Well, I think Jennifer was going to collect the data. So if you want to, yeah, that's better.
And make inference and take action.
Yeah.
So you want to make the PowerPoint presentation?
Yeah.
Perfect. So we are live. It is supposed to be recorded. Our meeting about the project.
Well, it's being recorded right now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, it looks like we got everything filled out here. So the only thing that we need to do is at the very top, it says list the name of your group members, and then each person listed here is responsible for this project, both academically and legally. So I guess we can all put our own names up there.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. And when was this due?
It's a Saturday? Well, our part, this.
I mean the whole, yeah.
The whole project?
Mm-hmm.
That's an excellent question. Hmm. Um. It says the evaluation, which is the last thing we do, is due April 7th. So we have about a month to do all of this. Mm-hmm. Okay.
trying to sign in so I can add my name to the top.
Hmm. So, I guess for this week, just Jennifer has an assignment to collect data.
Collect data.
If you need any help, be sure to let us know.
I will. So I just need to go in and add my. Now, when do we submit this design study?
It's due Saturday, but I'll probably submit it right after our meeting.
Oh, you already added my name. Okay, thank you. I was going to go in and do that, but sounds good. Looks good. Okay, and I will have that data and stuff ready for Monday. Sound good?
Yeah, I mean, if you can't get it by Monday, Thursday probably works as well. So,
Okay. Well, I'll shoot for Thursday then. We'll just still have to give me a little bit more time.
yeah.
Should we have a closing prayer?
Yeah.
Okay, it's okay with you if I do?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Our dear Father in heaven, we are grateful with you for the opportunity we had to be together. We are grateful because we were working in the project for this week, and we are grateful because we have learned so many new things. We ask you to bless us tonight so that we can rest, and please bless our families also. We ask you to bless our leaders and especially our prophet so that he can have the help he needs to help us to understand your gospel and your will. Father, we love you and we say these things in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. All right, we'll see you guys Monday.
Okay. See ya.
Bye.